Welcome to My Sweet Home Living. My name is Tracey Campbell. I love to DIY and craft all things primitive and vintage for your home decor. Come on in today for a fun and easy, quick DIY that you can create with very little money. That's my style too. We like to keep it simple and low cost around here, but you would never know it when we're finished today. Come on in. We are going to be using a little set of paper mache boxes. These are round boxes, not your square boxes, but you know. Today it's box theme day over in the Craft on the Clock group, and this is a special segment, 45-minute segment for Craft on the Clock for their Fun Friday theme of all things boxes. We're boxing it up all day long, all the way up until 9 p.m. tonight. You can find all kinds of ideas that will hopefully inspire you to think outside of the box a little bit. So today I am using some round paper mache boxes. I've had these in my craft stash for a while. I do believe I picked these up at the Hobby Lobby. Come on in, we're not going to use all of them today. Hey, Miss Robin, how are you? Miss Mary, how are you, sweet friend? You will come on in. I've got a super sweet little idea. I see ideas for these all over the place. And I think, oh, those are so cute. And so when I saw a set of these, let me rewind. Where did I just do with that tag? I was going to tell you how much they are. I think they are $2.99 regularly. Yeah, $2.99 regularly, but they do put them on sale. And my camera is backwards. Let's flip you all around while you're hopping on. And, oh, not that one, not that one. Not that one. Oh my gracious. There we go. How are you all today? I've been missing you guys. I've been away all week. Not away, but busy away behind the scenes. And I have not hardly even had a chance. Hey, Miss Lori, how are you? Have not even hardly had a chance to even get on and share photos or anything this week. Not even a post, hardly. Hey, Miss Carol, Pamela, you all come on in here. I am going to make sure that we get shared over to the Craft on the Clock group because that's where everything is boxing it up today. Hey, Miss Billy, how are you? Good to see you too, Miss Carolyn. Listen, my hair, I look at myself in the camera and I think, oh, something just looks off. Good afternoon. Oh, yes. And we are getting it just started to rain here just a little bit ago too. Hey, Miss Jennifer, how are you, friend? Oh, thank you. Well, this is kind of a quick fix because my hair looked like a hot mess about 5 minutes ago. And I didn't have time to, when you're in the summer, I'm just telling you, if you have long hair and you're a busy mom, you're doing things constantly in and out, your hair just doesn't stay down. And so when I wash it, I usually just let it air dry. And yeah, things just kind of get crazy and my hair just doesn't get fixed. That's just the bottom line. Just the bottom line. I'm going to use 3 of these today. I'm going to save the other 3 for something else super sweet in the next few weeks. Listen, ladies, I don't know, but I know we're in the middle of summer and I'm loving doing things summer outside and here at home, but I can't help but say I'm getting a little bit giddy because I'm just getting a touch of fall fever. I'm seeing lots of creators doing some fall crafts and I'm thinking, ooh. So you know what I did today? I came in here, was in my craft room doing some things, getting some things together, and my little fall candle right there. It's not technically fall, but it smells like cinnamon buns. That's the scent anyway. Let me show you what that candle is because it's one of my favorites. It is Thompson's Candle Company. I love this candle. It's called Cinnamon Bun. I get mine at a local store, like a farm supply store here local to me. And I just love it. And it's making me feel like fall. Hey, Miss Kimberly from Craft Crazy Company. Good morning, Miss Deborah. You all listen. I'm so glad you're hopping in and saying hello. Well, I have done a little set of these paper mache boxes that are similar before. But the ones that I've done before, let me grab these, were from, I think these were from, yes, I think they were from Dollar Tree. And these were a little bit larger. And I painted these up and gave them like a really cool grunge effect. And these have been so popular over on Pinterest. My little photo of these that links to my YouTube replay of this video. It's available here on Facebook as well. But these are a hot, it comes up really popular whenever you search paper mache boxes, round boxes. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do some of these little minis, and I'm going to make these for like sewing notions, because I have, some little things that I need to kind of put in some little containers. So like I have lots of rusty safety pins, I have lots of buttons, I have some tacks and things, and it's, I don't have, I could put them in little baby food jars, yes, but they're glass, and sometimes they get tossed around, and I don't want it to break. So, I thought, I'm going to turn these into some little sewing notion, little keepsake boxes that I can put these little items in, and I can set them on my new little cabinet. Did you see the eyebrow? My new little cabinet, new to me anyway, new to me cabinet that I'm going to be showing you all very soon. Right now it's still sitting in the back of my van because I picked it up yesterday off Marketplace. You all know I love finding Marketplace finds. I found a good one yesterday. It is a primitive style little hutch cabinet. It is black, which you all know that I do lots of black accents throughout my dining room and kitchen and things like that. And so these boxes are from Hobby Lobby. Yes, a set of 6 for $2.99. So that's not a bad price. And they're perfect little size for like little tacks and things. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to put in these. I'm thinking I'm going to label 1 tacks, label 1 buttons, and label 1 pins. And I'm going to show you kind of how to just make them look a little prim. And that way they can be decor and functional all at the same time. All at the same time. Hey, Miss Cynthia, how are you? I'm seeing comments over here on my laptop today. I don't usually do that, but hey, it was here. I had to share you, and now I can see comments here and up there. You love upcycling. Yes, Miss Deborah. Yes, recycling containers. So that's kind of what we do on Fridays. We have a little theme of something that you can use, themes that you can, of items that you probably have at your fingertips. And so today is boxes. We do cardboard days. We do scrapwood days. Goodness, help me out. Grocery trash to treasure day. My brain's going blank at the moment. All things silver. So if you like collecting silver platters, things like that. So Fridays are a great day to tune in to Craft on the Clock because we give the whole day devoted to a particular theme of something that you can use very easily. So lots of ideas today for boxes. It has been a really great day for ideas for boxes. I'm going to cover these in some fabric today. I've never done these little paper mache boxes in fabric, but I've seen the little ideas floating around everywhere, and they're just precious. Now these are pretty small to work with. I probably would like to have a little bit bigger size like these from the Dollar Tree. I think these were from the Dollar Tree Plus. But now these are small, cute, and sweet. I can't have everything the same. I have to change it up and, change out some sizes. Oh, hello from Brazil. Nice to see you here live. Thanks for joining in, and thanks most of all for leaving a comment too, because I never know you're here unless you leave a comment, and that just warms my heart. Okay. So let me show you some of my fabric choices, and then we'll get going. So I did the little prim pumpkin. I should have grabbed it. The little prim pumpkin last week from a fan blade. I still have to take a picture of that. You all, I'm telling you, this week has just flown by, and I've been so behind on getting caught up sharing things here for you guys. So I'm going to get caught up. I'm gonna. But some of this fabric is some of the fabric choices that I had at my hands when I did that pumpkin last week. So some of you may have already seen these choices, is where I'm going with that. So I have some, I don't know, just some good warm fall colors. Now, it doesn't have to be fall. Go with the colors that you have in your home decor, right? That way you don't have to change them out or just whatever. I see a fabric over here on my little apple lamp that I wish I knew where it was. I think that's still in a box somewhere. Yes, I still have things in boxes, you guys. Hello, Doris from Canada. Oh, hey, Miss Susan in Pennsylvania. So I've got several options here, and I like to pattern mix. So let me show you. I've got, of course, the gingham, the homespun check, right? The little gingham. And I have a green, which I know I want to use. I love this green. And I do use quite a few greens here and there. So that one is definite. Now, I like this yellow. This is sort of, I don't know what you would call that pattern. But it's a fun little yellow print there. And it just reminds me of anything primitive. Okay. So these two together, I'm mixing not only colors, but patterns. So we've got the gingham, and then we've got this little, I don't know what you would call that little pattern. Hey, Kelly from Oklahoma. Miss Stephanie, how are you? And then I've got these two choices, and I really wanted something kind of like a burgundy-ish color, but this gingham, I think, kind of clashes with this gingham. Not color-wise, but pattern-wise. So when you're mixing things together, look not only at color, but also pattern when you want to find things that kind of are pleasing to your eye. So unfortunately, this one's going to the side. Green, rust, and yellow. I do too, Jeanette. And let me show you what I was sitting here looking at. I've had this little apple lamp on my table for a few weeks. I love this little print right there that I used. And I just saw it a second ago, or I would have spent some extra time digging that out. But how cute would that be? I think this is going to find a good spot on my new cabinet that we're going to be decorating together. We're going to be decorating together. And I think that would be really cute if I could find a matching one. So we might just do 2 boxes until I find that little print right there. I love that print. You know what, though? Gosh, dog it. I think that print has the same print as this yellow one, so that might clash. We might have to make several and then decide. Thank you, Miss Sheila. This was one of our jar lamps. So if you're ever wondering what you can do with jars, we covered it with tea bags, add some lights. We made a DIY little candlestick topper lamp, and then this little tin shade that I get off of Amazon. And so the top lights up and the bottom lights up too. And I don't have it plugged in, or I would show you, but this was what I did. I think I did this last fall. We did a fruit themed day, I believe, and turned that into a sweet little apple lamp. Isn't that cute? And it's been packed away up until I just pulled it out not too long ago out of one of my boxes. And I thought, oh goodness. Hey, Miss Jenny, how are you, friend? Thank you, Miss Cynthia. Okay, so let's just go with 2 boxes for now, and then if I can find that fabric, I will put that one together this afternoon. All right, I'm getting the coffee podge out. Okay, and I'm gonna get a I didn't grab a little I already got a sponge brush in here. What do you know? All right, my coffee podge is getting low, so I'm gonna have to mix together some more of this pretty soon. And we might. Do I have my school glue? Yeah, I do have some school glue over here. Okay, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to do the yellow one first, just because I simply have this fabric kind of already ripped to size. And I do like ripping the fabric because you get the little tattered edge. This fabric has not been coffee grunged yet. Hey, Miss Janny, I do see your comments. Hey, Miss Sheila. These comments over here are flying by so fast that I can't even read them. Hey, Miss Leanne. Oh, and they're a lot slower over here on my phone showing up. Isn't that crazy? All right. So let's just coat the outside of this little paper mache box with the coffee podge. Y'all know what coffee podge is, right? If you're a regular friend around here, you know what coffee podge is. If you're a new friend, let us know, because I guarantee you some of our friends watching today can tell you exactly what coffee podge is. And I know this little paper mache box is going to just drink it up when I put it on here. This little box when I put the coffee podge on. So I'm going to go heavy. I'm going to go really heavy with the coffee podge, okay? And I'm just going to lay this around. And I am going to lay it flush. Ooh, just stuck my finger right in it. I am going to lay this flush to the top edge. Now, if you have a fabric that has a print on it, that may be a little tricky for you. You'll want to make sure that you get that lined up good. I left my good little scissors in the kitchen. So let's see if we can use this. I am kind of, oh, there we go. I forgot to cut off that little end piece on that fabric. And we're just going to stick that down, and we're going to rub it in really good. And I'm going to make sure it's pulled tight. That will help it stick better as well. Okay. Hey, Miss Patsy. Hey, Miss Pat. How are you? I've been watching on the go this morning. I had to take my daughter to work this morning, and along with my other morning things going on, I've been watching on the fly today. I've been here. I just haven't been showing up in the comments much this morning. Thank you, Miss Pat. I loved your daisy box this morning. Oh, it was so pretty. It was kind of like a spin on a photo cube, I think, and it was so sweet. You guys, I've got this, my middle finger on my right hand is bandaged, and I don't know why I'm holding this so close to my face. It's these scissors are giving me fits. Okay. I sliced the tip of my finger really good last weekend using a slicer that we've had forever that I've not hardly ever used. So I pulled it out of the cabinet and thought, I need to try this out. So, but because we're getting lots of cucumbers coming in, and I want to make sure that sticks down good in the back. We're just going to have a little seam on the back, but no biggie, okay? Now the coffee grunge is going to soak through that fabric, and it's going to give us a grungy look, okay? I'm good with that. If you're not good with that, you'll want to use just plain, some kind of plain white decoupage medium, like Mod Podge, or there's several others out there that are commonly used. I don't use them very much. I use school glue mixed with some of my coffee grunge solution, and my coffee grunge solution recipe is pinned at the top of my Facebook page. It's a cup of hot water, a half a cup of instant coffee crystals, and I'm not going to do the bottom of this right now because I'm thinking once I sit it down, it's going to stick. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to. Nothing like crafting on the fly, you know, just talk your way through it and figure it out as we go. That's what we're doing. Anyway, back to the coffee grunge recipe. It's a cup of hot water, a half a cup of instant coffee crystals, and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon and 2 tablespoons of vanilla, and go cheap. Go cheap on all of the ingredients. Nothing has to be expensive on that. Okay. See how well that just wrapped around the bottom? And then if you want to, you can cut out a little circle to put right on there. I'm not going to do that right now. We're going to dry this so we can move right along. Now, let's let this dry. See if we can rig up our little dryer here. Maybe not. Where's that third hand, and fourth hand when I need them? Okay. Okay, forget it. That's not gonna work. Alright, I'm gonna paint the tops, I do believe, with some black chalk paint. We're gonna have like some two-tones. The tops on all of these, I think I want black. I need to make up some little hand, like a little prop to prop this up on. Like a stand. That's what we need. Like a little heat tool stand. Good morning, Miss Trina. Good morning, Miss Lisa. Yes, that's right. Mix the coffee grunge. So here's the coffee grunge that I just gave you the recipe for. It's a liquidy mixture that you can soak fabrics in. You can apply this to papers and things to give it a vintage look. But then what I do to get the coffee podge, what I do is I mix just a little bit of that in with some white school glue. And that gives me sort of like my decoupage solution that I can use and stick to different surfaces, like we've done with these little paper mache boxes. Okay, here we go. We can do that right there. That will work. Okay, now while that is drying, we're going to paint these lids, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint probably all 3 of these. Oh, my hair's down and it's like tickling my ear. I'm so not used to my hair being down like this. And we're just going to give it a quick coat of black and probably a little dusting of cinnamon, possibly. We'll see. We're going to coat it, and this black chalk paint will cover in one quick coat. One quick coat will give us the coverage that we need. 2 more hands would exactly, Regina, right? 2 more hands would make our lives so much easier, right? We might look a little awkward, but you know. That was quick, and it will dry quick as well. Let's set that one there. On to number 2. That took like a whole 12 seconds maybe, if that. I do want to make sure I get the bottom rim of those lids. I do not know if I will be live. Usually I'm live on at noon on Wednesdays and for midweek check-in, and then usually I'm live on Saturday mornings, but I am not sure that I'm going to be able to be live tomorrow morning. I'm not sure yet. This weekend is my youngest son's birthday. He'll be turning 13. So, and then my nephew had a birthday this week, and we're celebrating him tomorrow. So, and then one of my nieces' birthday is today. Lots of July birthdays. So we'll probably be busy this weekend. I'm not sure if I can squeeze it in tomorrow. I will, but as of right now, it's not looking so promising. So I will be letting you know if you're on my Telegram channel or on my Facebook broadcasting channel. I will send you an alert to let you know if and when I'll be live next. I have a whole list of projects. You know, when fall, I always notice when fall starts creeping in, when I start feeling the fall fever, I start getting the itch to really craft and do a lot of things. And so that always excites me. And I have a whole list of projects over here that I'm wanting to do with you all. So I hope y'all are ready. I hope you're ready. And they're not all necessarily fall themed projects, but I don't know, something about fall just it just wakens my soul. It just does. It just does. It wakens my crafting or my decorating and crafting part of my brain. It just does. I'm just making sure that I have the bottom of that rim painted really good because I want to make sure that none of that little cardboard look shines through. And on the bottom of that there is a little bit of a ridge, and so I'm just taking my brush and just running it over that ridge real quick. Oh, you're in Sam's Club, Joanne. Oh, girl, you get to busy shopping. You can watch the replay. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you have an amazing weekend, friend. Okay, let me see. Where do I need to put this paintbrush so that I don't get it on anything else? Is there such a place? I can just stick my finger right in the paint lid, of course. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. I'm just going to take my finger and rub it on the inside of that box. I will probably go in and paint the inside rim of those little boxes anyway. But for time's sake, we'll hold off on doing that for today. Alright, so we've got this little box wrapped up. Look how cute that is, and look how grungy it already looks. love it. If you want to, let me show you something. I'm going to take this coffee grunge and I'm going to just stir it up a little bit. Let's turn the heat off because I think we're dry enough for now. All the cinnamon will settle to the bottom, and all you want to do is just take it and stir it up, or you can shake it before you open your jar, whatever you want to do. Okay, now I'm going to squeeze out a lot of the excess because I don't need a whole lot for what I'm going to do right here. I love these little sponge brushes to apply this coffee grunge to fabric. It just holds that liquid in there, and then you can just wipe it wherever you need to. Okay, so around the bottom, that's the back side because it has that little seam. Around the bottom of this little container, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sponge brush and I'm just going to brush it around the bottom. If you have a brown ink pad or distressed ink pad, you could do the same thing with your distressed ink pad, okay? But what you'll see, there you go. See how that gives that little grungy texture? It soaks up into that fabric, and it's going to make that bottom look like it's been sitting around for a long time. And it took like a whole 3 seconds to do that. So we're going to let that dry, then we're going to move on to our green one. Let's get a time check. 11:45. We are good. We got 15 more minutes, and we're going to wrap these up. So cute. And so this is a good idea, especially if you have fabric that you have not coffee grunged yet. If you, you know, a lot of people soak their fabric. I'm just kind of getting an eyeball of measurement wise. Since this fabric wasn't already ripped, I've kind of got to size it up. Using that coffee podge to stick your fabric to the surface will give it a great grungy look without having to take the extra step of coffee staining it. Okay, it kind of does the coffee staining and the decoupage all in one step, if you will. Okay, because that fabric will soak the color right in. And if it's not dark enough, you can go back over it with a little bit of that sponge brush like we did on the bottom and make it darker. Everybody has their own style. You might like yours a little darker. You might like yours a little lighter. You might not even like yours grunged at all. And that's the great thing about this little project. You can make it your own style just by changing a few little steps in the process. All right. I am putting this on very thick. Thank you, Miss Becca. We've got lots of anniversaries and birthdays. You all are chiming in. We always do a happy birthday post over in the Craft Around the Clock group on Monday mornings. And so stay tuned for that. If you have a birthday, a lot of times we make a happy birthday post and you all can chime in. You can share a photo in that post or whatever you want. Let us know what you are celebrating during that week, and it's always fun. We really love Craft Around the Clock, you guys. It's a wonderful community, a big circle of crafting friends over there. Do I refrigerate my coffee grunge? Most of the time, yes, I do, Miss Christy. Most of the time, I stick it in like an old pickle jar. Of course, it's been washed. Stick it in a pickle jar, and I stick it in the fridge whenever I'm not using it. And then when I'm ready to craft with it, I pull it out, give it a shake. Sometimes I will stick it in the microwave and heat it up just a tiny bit. Or you can use it cold. It's whatever works best for you. It's like so easy to use, you guys. It's just like, you know, people who, there are tons of creators and crafters who love different elements of crafting and decor and design. You know, whether that is bling and sparkle, or whether that is rust and grunge. Mine is the coffee grunge for sure, and I just use it on so many things, and without even thinking about it, you can use it. Like, don't be intimidated by it. Just get it out and just put it on. If you're creating, let's say you're creating something with decoupage, rub a little bit of that coffee grunge over top of your papers or your fabrics and see what kind of look you get. You will be surprised, I think, if you like this kind of style of crafting, you'll be surprised with how cool of a look that you can really get just by putting just a little dab of it. And you can make the solution darker or lighter, you know, depending on you know, your style. So you can make it lighter by adding less instant coffee. The more instant coffee you use, of course, the darker it will be. Just like coffee or tea, you know, whenever you brew coffee or tea, you can make it darker or lighter depending on the amount of ingredients that you use. Okay, I'm cutting that little extra thread off. You use the grunge on your dolls. Yes, yes, they will make them smell absolutely amazing. Yes, it does. It's not a super strong smell, and so it's just real subtle. And it will fade over time, but if you want to add more to it later, you can do it and freshen it up. So I'm just kind of going around and pressing my finger on this so that that fabric can kind of soak up that coffee podge that's underneath and give it a little bit of that prim look. Look how cool that is. It kind of has that little stained look to it. I'm not going to worry too much about drying this one. I'm just going to go ahead with the process here and get a little bit of the coffee grunge on my sponge again, and I'm going to go around that bottom edge and let that soak into the fabric around the bottom, because we are going to make some sweet little fabric labels for these. Okay, there you go. Now the tops, remember, we're going to put the black tops on these, and I'm going to do another one in a red. So I just could not find the right red fabric today, so I'm going to go hunting for that in a little bit and see if I can't find that coordinating red fabric. And then these will be a super sweet little box set that I can use with my apple lamp, and I can't wait to show you on my cabinet. I'm going to have my boys help me unload it in a little bit. Okay, now I love having coffee stained fabric on hand, especially when it's something that I know that I will use quite a bit, like this muslin fabric. I use these a lot of times for labels, and that's exactly what I'm going to do on this one, on these little boxes. Let's take one of these lids. Now on this lid, I will take a little bit of sandpaper and I will rough up the edges. Just a word to the wise here, which this is kind of hindsight 2020 here. If you use a fabric with these little boxes, make sure that your fabric is not super thick, or else your lids are probably not going to fit back on very easily. Okay. All right, now that's cute. I will take a little sanding block and rough up around the edges of this lid, and probably apply a little bit of cinnamon. Now, the reason why I put the lid back on here is because I want to tear a little fabric label that I can adhere to the front of this little container, okay? And I kind of need to size it up, right? I need to see how big or small to make the label. Now, I just have a strip right here that I have coffee grunge, and I usually make a big batch of these. And I keep them in my stash, and I just pull them out as I need it. So I'm going to kind of see how thick, or how long or thick that I need my little label to be, and I am going to show you how to do a little faux stitching on this label. So I've just made a little nick, and then I'm just going to rip it. Okay, that didn't rip real straight, but that's okay. I kind of know now what size to make this one. And these are supposed to have that handmade primitive flair to them. So if it's not all exact, I'm okay with that. I'm going to tear one more, because like I said, I'm going to make these 3 boxes. That first label didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to either, so let's just go ahead and rip 2 more. And this muslin material rips so easily and makes it so nice to use. So let's get, I have an ink pen that I usually like to use, and let's hope that it's in my box right here. Yes it is. Okay, I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this pen right here. And let me get it like a little hard surface. I'm just going to use this little tag that was on, no, I don't think it's got staples in it. I'll end up poking myself. I need something. Here's a box. Let's just use this plaster of Paris box here. I need something that I can set my label on to write on, okay? This little label right here is what I'm going to stick to my containers. Okay, now if you want to make a, ooh, the bottom is not quite dry yet on this one. Okay, these are going to be so cute nestled together on a little shelf. Okay, so the little label on this one, I'm going to put, I may have made that label a little long. I'm just going to put, I'm going to put pins on this one. And let me show you. Let me write it, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do around the edge. You've probably seen me do this because I did this same little method on my little spice, my little faux spice tins. And I want these to look hand stitched. So your letters can look a little wonky, right? And you can get away with it because that's the style we're looking for. So pins is a short word, so let me kind of cut this down a little bit because my tag's a little bit long for that word. So let's, okay. And I want to pull out some of the threads along the side. Let's do a chime. Oh, we got 5 minutes. This is going to work out perfect. So we'll get one of these labeled now. So here, let me show you what I've got. That's what I have right there, okay? And this is the look that we're going for. So around the outer edge, do you see where I did that little faux stitching on those? That's what I'm going to do on this little label too. And this is the best ink pen. I don't do it with a thread, but you can't tell that it's not by thread. It's a faux stitching. So this is the pen that I use. I don't know if you can see that. It's a Pilot G207. I don't know. I probably got this at Walmart, to be real honest. That's probably the only place I ever buy ink pens, the Walmart or the Dollar General. And I'm just going to make a couple little tick marks around the edge of this label so that it looks like little stitches. And then what I'm going to do, I am going to take that coffee podge and just dab a little bit on it. Come here, coffee podge. Dab a little bit on that. I don't have to have it on every bit of the label. I just want it mainly in the center because if the edges curl, I like that look because it will also kind of help the edges of the fabric continue to fray a little bit. So let's put this one on the green one. Love the Pilot pens. Okay, awesome. It's just my go-to, and it writes on fabric really well. Look at that. Look at that. Real quick, we can do this other one. Look, I'm going to put tacks on this one because I have some tacks that I want to use in one of these little containers. And I can't wait to show you all my new cabinet. I just can't wait. Can't wait to get it in here and show you all. It's going to be so cute. And I do like to make these letters a little cattywampus. You know, a little bit what we would think looks, you know, like true handwritten little labels, because that gives it character and it makes it also look like it's hand stitched. Okay. Wrote the word tacks. My other one is going to say buttons whenever I find that red fabric. I think I know where that red fabric is, and I'm going to go digging for it here in just a little bit. And so my third little box is going to have the red. Fingers crossed that I can find it. Now we have creators lined up all day today. Every 45 minutes, a new creator will be live in the Craft on the Clock group, bringing you today a theme for boxes. Anything. Could be cardboard boxes, wood boxes, plastic boxes, storage boxes, cereal boxes, you name it. It's all fair game, okay? And so, because we know that's something that, you know, an easy craft supply that you can get your hands on. And so, that's where we're going with that theme today. And we hope that you enjoy it. Look how sweet those turned out. I got a little bit of extra thread that I can leave or I can trim off. But aren't those sweet? I kind of like to have them, you know, offset a little bit. But a set of 3 or 4 or even 5 of these would be absolutely darling. So my little pins box, there we go. I'm going to use to put some of my rusty pins. Those, not those, because those are too big. I've got some smaller ones in there, but I'm not going to dig those out. I've got some other little rusty pins right here. Let me grab these. These are my little mini rusty pins. Oh, I don't know if y'all can see those, but these are cute to put on little fabric, little notions. There you go. If I hold it in front of there you go. My forehead right there is good for something. There you go. Gives you a background there. I knew that large forehead would come in handy one day. Okay, so put that in there like that. And thank you, Miss Donna. They're just something really sweet and easy to come up with. And like I said, you can get a package of 6 of these paper mache boxes, a package of 6 of these for $2.99, and I think that a lot of times they go on sale at Hobby Lobby too. So very inexpensive project, because I bet many of you already have fabric stashed away. I know you got fabric stashed away somewhere. So pull out some of your fabric scraps. These are small enough that you can use scraps and make you some little notion boxes. You can put these words on here if you want to and not put a thing in them and just use them for decoration. You can. Nobody said you can't. So make something up. It would even be cute if you stack a little mini candle on top of these. Oh, how cute would that be? These are going to look so cute on my new cabinet. I'm going to show you all very soon. New creators coming up live right now in the Craft on the Clock group. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.